Peace and blessings. This is Lisa Marie Goodson of the Blackberry Beauty Transformative Academy, Ancient African Wisdom for the Modern Sister. Hey, YouTube world, I know, I'm going on at different times, but today I did not get up at 4, although I'm still raw. I think I'm on my 21st day, but I don't know, so I'm going to go count to see what day I started, but I'm raw, y'all. That once you understand that there's not the raw food lifestyle, it's the spiritual lifestyle that includes raw foods, and you start to put together all the components of a spiritual lifestyle, then you get it. Then you don't have to think, am I going to be raw or not? Because the focus is not on being raw. So yes, it says I have a very bad connection. I hope that's not true. Hope I can keep going. So we will keep going. Hopefully I'll be able to see you on if you're coming on. So I wanted to talk about this idea of retirement and what I was really thinking about it, and something that no matter what age you are, you want to start thinking about it. Because a lot of times younger people are working and to hopefully retire. So they're getting a job, they're picking out their careers based on this idea that they retire. I guess, the days of pensions seem to be gone. They get this pension, they retire, the whole bit, right? But let me see, y'all. It says I'm having a bad connection. Let me just see if that's true. So, because if it's true, I don't know. I don't believe this. I don't believe it, but let's go see. Hold on, ladies. Okay, you are coming. Oh, Claire, good. I thought so. They lying, y'all. But anyway, maybe I need to sit somewhere else. So, you know how... So they're preparing for this life of retirement. Thank you, Queen, for that as well. Good. Hey, Camille. How are you, darling? So they're preparing for this life that they say, oh, one day we're going to retire. So I'm going to look forward to that day. And so guess what? For many people, retirement happens. For many people, retirement even happens early, like my age, 50, 55, maybe even 60. Blessings all. Hey, thank you. And then you get caught up in that, and then guess what? Because I know a sister right now who is retired, been retired for some time. I think she's only 58 years old. And I noticed that after she buys all the clothes she wants and visits all the people that she visits, which is not many because everybody else is working. Think about that, right? And do all of those things that she does. Hey, Miss Addie, I hope this thing is coming in well because it keeps saying very bad connection, but they're not telling the truth. Okay, so what I realize is she's lonely because I don't think as humans we're supposed to ever stop living. It means to do something else. It's to retire. Okay, it's clear. Okay, thank you, Queen. I think it's better now because it went away. I think that this whole idea is that you know this now. Whether you're 14, 15, 25, 34, know this now. That what you're supposed to be doing is beyond retirement. Hey, sexy Miss Thing, love you in your comments. Thank you for your support all the time. You're supposed to be living all the time, every single moment that you have breath in your body. So if you're looking for a time when it's going to become easier, when you don't have to go to work every day, when you're doing less, oh, thank you. It's a dress. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. It's a dress. Yeah, I really love this dress too. Do you understand that? Do you understand that there will never be a time? You think that I want to help you because I know some of us are going to work every day. And this is what we say. We say, I can't wait till this end. I wish I didn't have to work a job. I wish I didn't have to do this again. And you don't. You don't have to do a job you don't like. You don't. But what you do have to do is something. Because the nature of you as a breathing, living entity is to live, is to create, is to build, is to resurrect, is to create. And when you're not doing that, you're not being you. You're not being the creator. You're not co-creating. Don't wait to retirement to figure out what you want to do. Go get it right now. And know that every moment that you breathe, you're going to want to keep living. There will be no time when you want to stop working. There will be a time, though, and that time is always, it's right now when you don't want to do work you don't want to do. But there will never, I just want you to know, so you have a misconception that, you're waiting for early retirement because then life is going to start. If you're thinking you don't want to do anything, It's not true. You do want to do something. You just want to do what's for you, do what's right for you. But you do want to do something. Do y'all get me? You want something. So don't ever think that you don't. Amen. Thank you. I got to get my fan, y'all. Oh, Lord. I'm retirement from menopause. Okay. But you do. And I just want you to know, because like I started thinking about that. Like, I love my work. And whatever work, I'm always going to be doing some type of life-giving, life-sustaining, life-providing, life-pleasuring work. I want to help you all find that for yourselves. Do you know I want happy black women? Hey, lovely queen. I want to see you smiling and rejoicing. I want to see you getting up every day going, who am I going to help? Who am I going to serve? Who am I going to put a smile on their face? I realize now why so many people retire, and then you see them and they be a security guard, or they be working in the cafeteria, or they volunteer for an organization. Talent. I didn't plan to be part-time retirement. Broke my leg in 3 places. Wheelchair for 9 months. Walker 6 months, and now in a cane. I think life is worth living. I love it. I wish I got the rest, but I know Tony is saying, no, right. Yeah, that's when you get clear, don't it? You be like, you know what? Like I said, I know people that say, oh, I retired, but I'm a security guard, or I'm a this. I'd be like, why are you working? Because I don't want to sit home, because there's nothing to do. I don't want you to fill your time with just something. I want you to fill your time with what makes your heart sing, but understanding that as you grow, as you change, as you mature, there's going to be other things that you're going to want to do. There's never going to be a time. That's why so many people die right after retirement, because they done sat home and they waited so long. Oh, I met a woman recently who was retiring from her career and was applying to work at Macy's just so she wouldn't be bored. Heartbreaking. Exactly, but think about it, Joshua, in 2 ways. At 62, I don't believe in retirement. Thank you. I started working for the Core Plantation 20 years ago. Good convo. So thank you. Thank you so much. Well, you know what? And Joshua, too, and thank you, Queen, for sharing. Think about it. It's sad, but it's not. She's applying for a job because she knows something in her can't sit home. She knows that I get it. I understand why somebody would go get a security guard job afterwards. It's something. You need to interact with people. But then can you imagine if we took that natural feeling of not wanting to retire from life? You can't retire from life. You die. You don't want to retire from life. You want to retire from what you're doing, right? Get that in there. We're retiring from that thing because we're moving into something else that we're supposed to be doing. That's the blessing. True. Yeah, I know you got it, darling. Thank you so much. So the beauty in that is, I was just thinking about today in just general, this idea of following the natural rhythms of life. Fall is coming. A lot of us are wanting to unplug. A lot of us want to do media fast, because we want to listen and we want to think. I told today when my husband went out today, he's out now doing art. Yesterday he was out doing art. In my mind, I was like, yay, because I need some time to think. Not think about nothing bad, not make no big, don't be thinking right about it. This ain't the time to think and then make a decision. Truly agree with you. Thank you so much. It's just a time to think, a time to want to be with you and want to explore. Don't make decisions, though, based on that. Not at this time. Don't do it in October. October is the time of Libra. Libra is expansive. Libra is mind consciousness. Libra is uniting with your higher self. Don't make decisions yet. Just feel it. Just think about it. And then the only thing you can do, yes, Tony says, is take the next step. Just take the next step. Okay? Because when you start thinking too hard, you start thinking about, oh, my life is good. Oh, girl, my life, it ain't what I want. It ain't what I thought it was going to be. I don't like, no. Why is she got and she doing and I'm not? We graduated from the same school. We graduated at the same time. Why is she got it? You know the feeling, huh? Says, why? Seriously, I ain't give you all this time to be thinking about that. But since you go in there, don't make no rash decisions. What's the next step to your dream? What's the next step? Confirmation, do what you love now. Yes. Growing to yes. What's the next step? That's Oprah line. Oprah says it and she's right. It's brilliant. But it really comes from the old African-American proverb that says, how I get what I want, I put one step, I take one step after the next. I put one foot in front of the other. I put one foot in front of the other. That's how I do it. It don't say I ran to the finish line and I got there and I won. It says I took one step because I didn't know, and then that step gave me to the next step. The sister's right. Think. You need thinking time. And then do that next thing. I say, Tony, do that next thing. Don't quit. Because I was sitting there thinking about, oh my God, I'm in a small town. I'll give you real, let me explain so it won't feel so abstract. I'm sitting in here, I'm so happy to have time to think. You know, when my husband's here, I talk to him all the time. We play around. You know, I love him, but, you know, he's not here, so I got time to think, and I've been wanting time to think. And I was thinking, like, oh, my God. So I started thinking. Let me tell you what the mind do first. Let me tell you about that mind. You got to spank that mind's butt sometimes. Get it in control. Let it know who's boss. Spank that mind's butt, y'all. Okay? So, yes, give thanks. Special K and Grace Givens. So, greetings. So you guys say, Mom, my mind said, oh God, this small town girl, you might want to move. Don't you want to move? Don't you want to be in the city? And I was like, yeah, I am bored. wait, y'all, was good. It was real laid out. Yeah, I'm bored. Yeah, I do. When my husband come home, we moving. We moving, y'all. I was like, we moving right now. When he come home, I know he don't even want to hear that, but he would do it if I said, we moving. Spirit said, but what's the plan? Wasn't you here for a plan? And I said, okay, yeah, I'm here. Okay, yeah, there was a plan. Stick to the plan. I was like, oh, moving is not in the plan. You're here to build a house that's 10 minutes away. Stick to the plan. Spirit said, I'll tell you what you can do since your mind is going. Check your credit score. Both. I got Credit Karma. For those that don't have it, it's free, and it's actually wonderful. It's a free way to check your credit score every month. You can actually, if they update it every week, both of my scores, because I did some things I was supposed to do, went up one went up 58 points, another one went up 61. That's like from last 3 weeks ago. And I was like, yes, I'm almost where I need to be to get a good interest rate, to get some loans, you know, for the building of the home. Spirit says that was the next step. Now, what's the next step? Oh, Ish, I said. So happy to catch you, Queen. Give thanks as much. Oh, Aisha, you're so welcome. And so Spirit said, well, what's the next step? The best job now is crypto invest. Okay. So Spirit said, what's the next step? And then Spirit said, get you a secure credit card so we can build that credit score up to where you need it. Now, I said, okay. Spirit said, and what's the next step? Can you imagine? You keep asking yourself that? I mean, don't leave. Don't leave the seat now. We ain't done. Spirit said, what's the next? Spirit said, look right now. Credit Karma will recommend secure cards or unsecured cards. I forget how you call it. I'm looking at them. I'm looking at the reviews. That's the next step. Now, what's the next step? And it was just that thing. I created the curriculum. Y'all asked about the next intensive called Uniting with Your Higher Consciousness, and y'all wanted to know when it was going on the website. Well, I had to create the curriculum, the weekly challenges, the homework, pledges, everything. I did all of it in the morning. I didn't even get out of bed. I pulled up my pad. I laid in bed and wrote the whole entire course that would take people at least a week. I did it in about an hour. That was the next step. You think not to be irrational. You think to create the next step. Even when you come with an idea and you start to compare yourself, you're human, no problem. Okay, what does that mean? What's the African American proverb? How did I get to where I wanted to get to? I put one foot in front of the other. And he didn't say I took a leap. I put one foot because I can do that. Because if I get too thinking out there, I get frustrated. I'm not going to do the right thing. I put one foot in front of the other. That's how I got to where I wanted to go. That's how you're going to get there. I highly recommend my Higher Consciousness, Uniting with Your Higher Consciousness. It starts, I think, November 4th. Tell me, if that's a Sunday, that's the day it starts. First Sunday in November. $147 for 21 days. Y'all, what? You better come on. And you know what? You know that it's 147. If you don't have 147, what's the next step? What's the next step? Stop cheating yourself. It's just like waiting for retirement to live your life and then you die. You don't want that. I say literally, physically, and spiritually, thank you. You don't want that, so you wait for retirement and then you die. Because you thought that was it. Don't wait. Take the next step. Put one foot in front of the other. I want to show y'all. I showed my other live stream. I'm going to show y'all. So, you see my orange house? Do you know I ain't sat in my own living room for the longest time? It's really ridiculous. But anyway, now I'm in my living room. There's my third quart of water. I'm a little behind today. I drink 4 quarts, 4 of those a day. but that's 3 because I got up. I didn't get up at 4, but I'm raw and I still did my meditation. So this is Sacred Hibernation 21-day intensive, October 2017. I created the binder, and I want you to know this is what you're going to get for your next Uniting with the Higher Consciousness. You're going to get a Sacred Hibernation or a Sacred Woman's Pledge, which I'm going to put that in the next step. What's the next step in this binder? To take this pledge and put it in and laminate it. That's the next step. But let me show you what I did. I'm about taking next steps. I'm not about the big picture anymore right this moment, because I get frustrated when I do that. Here's the Sacred Hibernation Woman's Pledge. You know what the next step was? Thank you, Queen. The next step was buying a frame from the Dollar Tree and framing the Woman's Pledge. The next step. That's what I'm about. And that's what the October's about. That's what the fall equinox is about. It's just about the next step. Nothing more, nothing less. The next step. The next thing I did was here is the course description. Here is the schedule of events. First week, second week, third week. Then the next step was to go to the Dollar Tree. You're very welcome, Ebony Centric. The next step was to go to the Dollar Tree and get these little old dividers. Sometimes the universe says, go to the Dollar Tree and spend $3. Buy a binder, some loose leaf paper, and also the binder. Thank you, sweetie. So I got the Sacred Hibernation. This is my agenda. This is what the agenda is, what we talked about the first day. The next step, I got a raw food staples for a healthy kitchen. This is what I provided to all of my ladies. Actually, when you buy any one of my intensives, and right now we're talking about Uniting with the Higher Consciousness, you get all these things. The next one will be a little different inserts. You just buy your binder for $1. You get your inserts. Can you adopt me? I love you. Come on over, darling. The next thing was Sacred Hibernation weekly challenges. We have a weekly challenge. Every week we have a challenge. 1, 2, 3. Already there. So you get that. And then we have, this is Sacred Hibernation week 2, Sensual Movement Worksheet. We got a worksheet for every week. And this one, I'll tell you, wonderful woman. Her name is Addie Green, and she is on YouTube, Growing with the Greens. And she was my first guest instructor, teacher. Yes, that's right. Come on now, you got it. My instructor for Sensual Movement. She teaches Sensual Movement, and she was able to teach it to the Sacred Hibernation group virtually, and it's the bomb video she created. I wanted that, and I made it happen. So this is our worksheet, and of course here's some binder paper so you can write your thoughts of answering the questions on the worksheet. Here's week 1. Here's the worksheet, and of course here's some binder paper so you can write your thoughts. The next one was we did homework assignments for week 2. Here's Monday homework and Thursday homework, and of course here's what you're going to write all your homework assignments on. Here's week 1 homework, Monday and Thursday. And of course, again, paper to write the answer to your homework. Then we go into our daily morning pages. So Miss Addie Green, morning pages. I love that. I know that's from the Artist's Way, and I love the idea of sustaining. Instead of sustaining, let's journal. We call them morning pages, and I give you prompts for every day. So just in case you go, I don't know what to write about, here's your prompt. Write, and then of course we're going to write our prompts. And then we have, this is the first week, that was the second week. It's the first week morning pages, and that is it. This is the binder that you will create. I'll come back to me. Hold on, ladies. That you will put together so that, and for our next one, Uniting with the Higher Consciousness, we're going to create that for you. So when you leave one of my courses, oh yes, it was so awesome. Thank you so much. When you leave one of my courses, you'll sit there. You won't say what we did. You'll look at this and go, this is what we did. This is all the work that we did, and here it is. And so everything is contained. You know, I know that I want to use this time wisely. And I know what that means now, finally, to do it. So I'm making it happen, and I'm feeling really good about it. Let me show you what I'm doing in the kitchen. See, I like y'all. So I'm going to share with y'all. So y'all, I don't know if y'all have one of these, but it is called a dehydrator. And a dehydrator, look at this big old thing up in here. It's got a glare, but I'm making kale chips. So I'm making some raw kale chips. and they are going to be absolutely delicious. So I spent a lot of time today making my food for the rest of the week, at least the next couple of days, and it's so much fun. So I'm enjoying it. Hey ladies, that book album is lovely. Thank you, darling. So so when you join Mama T, and I know you've been in my courses, I appreciate you. This is what we're doing in intensive. We have a schedule. Today is Wednesday, and this was, like I said, I have a course instructor. So what I don't want to do is be the only instructor in the Blackberry Beauty Academy. I think I've done that for years. Oh, thank you. Your home is beautiful. Thank you. We like you too, sis. Oh, thank you. So what I want to do is I want to at least have one instructor that knows something about something I don't know about, because I don't know everything. I can't do everything. There's so many black, talented, beautiful women in our community that know how to bring it. And so I hired my first, paid her, and she came with it. And so today my Sacred Hibernation group, instead of getting me live, they get to view the course with the sister who is giving them the course straight to them. Even though it's recorded, it's like being right there. So for my next intensive, United with Your Higher Consciousness, which is 147, oh, thank you so much. Yes, I'll be in next intensive. Needed to get myself together. Took a little break. Okay, good. I look forward to seeing you. So what we're going to do in the next one, you're going to get all these same inserts. You're going to get so much more. But also, I'm allowing Spirit to bring me an instructor that can do a 30-minute or some odd video as well. And we're dealing with higher consciousness. I want somebody to teach you how to go there, as I'm going to be teaching you how to go there. So each 21-day intensive, I'm always going to have another instructor that at least teach one course one of the weeks. And so, yeah, at least one day, one course. So anyway, ain't got no time for retirement, because you're not going to want that. That's not what you're looking forward to. I just want you to watch your words. Why did I do this whole thing? What is this really about? It's real simple. I don't want us to be wishing for something, because it's a waste of time. When I'm going to show you how to do something in Uniting with Your Higher Consciousness, it's called expanding and contracting time. I'm going to show you how to do that. I don't want us to sit here now waiting, looking for this future thing when I retire. When the kids grow up, oh, that's a good one too, because when the kids grow up, guess what? You're going to be more lonely. You're going to think, I can't, these whippersnappers, these kids are still little. And before you know it, I made it live. Love you, supposed to be studying, but procrastinating. Okay, good, girl. This is a good procrastination, girl. You're going to sit there and be like, oh, when the kids grow up, oh my God, when they going to grow up? And one day they do. And you're going to sit there and go, but I don't really have a life. And that was actually kind of my distraction. And it was even fun saying that they were getting in the way, or not in a bad way, or they were without my priority or a distraction. You better do you. And if you don't have 147 and you want to get started, I got a wonderful course. It's digital download. It's called Spiritual Goal Setting. Love it. The volume 1 and 2, plethora of audios, maybe 15, 16 in each volume. And it's an amazing way to set goals and really deal with, well, minds won't leave. I love it. Oh, and when they don't want to leave. Now we can help that higher consciousness. If you can come into the higher consciousness course, we can work that. Because some don't want to leave. We don't want to make it too comfortable for them either, because you do want them to leave. And you want to leave, but sometimes you got to ask yourself this. I'm gonna throw this at you, Queen, not just you, everybody that's listening. That's a sexy miss. Yes, ma'am. You got to ask yourself this. I know you're laughing at her, don't want to leave. No, she's like, I think that's a serious thing. Some women be like, oh, Lord, they don't want to leave. When your children don't want to leave, it might not be, it's more than that you just make it too comfortable for them, or on some level, were you afraid, or are you afraid to really do your own thing? Because anything that's happening on the outside can be tweaked, revamped, and done over on the inside. I know you do. I feel you. So you're ready now. And now is when it will happen. Because I know you can have what you want. I know that everything we're not seeing right in front of us in our lives is because we're not creating it inside of us. And once we know how to create it here, because everything you want, the house, the man, the relationship, right, the job, the money, it really does sit in your higher consciousness. I'm not just talking some, mumbo jumbo. I keep telling you, I'm like Dr. Martin Luther King. I've been to the mountaintop and I have seen. But sometimes when I come back down from the mountaintop and I start sitting here, I feel guilty. There we go. There we go. And that's okay. We're going to make you feel better. And it's all right. It's all right. Everything is temporary. It's just a feeling. The feelings can be changed. It's just a feeling, and feelings can be changed. And once you change the feeling, you change the circumstance. Once you understand that everything you want, it already exists, so you don't have to make it, you don't have to break it, you can just receive it. But you got to raise that vibrational frequency up. And I do it every day. And after a while, you won't specifically have to get up at 4. Every time you open your eyes, you're in higher consciousness. Every time you close your eyes, you're in higher consciousness. Every time you walk and talk, go to the supermarket, go to the grocery store, every time you're going to be in higher consciousness. But you got to say to your mind, what's the next step? You got to take time to just think. Meditate now. Okay, meditate. Don't even use the word. Don't use the word for now. You ain't got to meditate. You got to think. You got to think. Sometimes, older people say, will you be quiet? Give me a chance to think. Old people knew I need a chance to think. Give me a chance to think. Yes, walking meditation. Exactly. That's what your whole life will be. Give me time to think. No meditation. No. Don't even think about meditation. But don't use that word, because I think that word is loaded. People think that they got to stop. Somebody said to me then, I understood it. She was right. I have to stop. I don't know how to control my thoughts. No, she said, I don't know how to stop thinking. My thoughts just keep. The mind is the mind, and it thinks. It ain't here to not think. If your mind think, put in it what you want it to think. Program it to think what you need it to think. Let the goddamn things think. I disagree with the stopping your thoughts. I say let them ride, and then write them down. Let them ride, and then write them down. If you don't like the way they riding or what they riding in, let them go. And put something else up in that vehicle and let them ride. That's what I'm saying. Mindfulness chatter can be confusing. No, mindfulness chatter, I believe. Do you want my opinion? Because I'll give it to you. Okay, me too. Let the door. Yes, I say, but that means it's in my mind. So I need to know it's there. Because I'm reacting I'm living it. My whole experience is becoming it, right? I need to know it's there. I know you do, baby. Tony says, yes, phrasing the law firm out, I'm getting more community work with the various communities, both dancing and drumming. That's right, Miss Motown Witch. Yes, Yvette. Now me, Rod, let me know what's up here. It's mindless? I'll decide that. I'll decide if it's mindless, okay? I'll decide. Let me see. Okay, it is mindless. Okay, I decided that. Let me write down what I be thinking about every day, because it's a problem. This shit's on my mind. This shit's on my mind. Okay, this shit's on my mind. So if the shit's on my mind, then it's a problem. So, or maybe it's not a problem. Let me look at it. Let me look at it. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I know. I know what you're saying. But I'm talking about other people that are trying to quiet their mind. Oh, okay. Yes. So, okay. Oh, okay. Now I wrote it down. Okay, do I really want to think those thoughts? Now that I know what I think all the time, because I meditate now, and I don't try to stop nothing. I try to let it come. Because I don't want to suppress something that's going to come up later. And so when you suppress things, that's why you don't get your goals, because you're like, I'm over it. I've meditated 1,000 times. No, you just pushed it down. It's still there, baby. And every time you break, it's going to explode. Let me deal with it. I want to see it. I want to see it. I want to deal with it. Because then I'm going to ace it. I'm going to tell it to go. And then I'm going to write some new stuff in. And after a while, that becomes my reality. But you need to know what's there. All right, y'all. Anyway. That is all sponsored by Uniting with Your Higher Consciousness. That belief starts November 4th, this Sunday. I'm told I think too much. I think you think too much, but what are you thinking about? Because if you're thinking a lot about being rich, if you're thinking a lot about having your own space, if you're thinking a lot about being successful, is that too much? There's not too much love that you could think about, not too much peace, and not too much joy. So I don't have a problem with the thinking too much. What do you think about? Because if what you're thinking about is not cool, then that's the focus, so let's think about something else. That's the only thing. Use you. I don't try to change this part of what I do. It has Mama T. I just go with, I'm a thinker. Well, let's think, goddamn. Let me think about how much money I need, want, desire, what house I want to give. Then you take meditation, true, says Ebony Century, to visualization. See, now you're going into step 2. And then you take it that. So anyway, this is the stuff, but we're going deep in. I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm going to show you how to do it. That is about going to your higher consciousness. This ain't no scary stuff. This ain't being stuck in some type of the Akashic, library. You can't get out. No, you're not. It's none of that. This is some real practical yet mythical and magical stuff. And I hope that you enjoy it. But anyway, it's not on the website yet. It'll be on the website on Friday. And because I got it, because when you go buy it, on my website on Friday, it's called Uniting with Your Higher Consciousness, the next November intensive. You'll be able to then immediately download all of your welcoming video, all of your weekly pages. Then you're gonna go get you a binder, and we're gonna do binder day where we hook it up together. So everybody's doing it. We're gonna do it on the live stream. We're gonna do it together. So then you can't say I didn't have time, because once you show up for the first class, you're gonna be able to do it. So it's a new thing I'm doing. Anyway, I really love y'all. Okay, y'all. This is supposed to be my day off with live streams, but yet I did too. Okay, anyway, I love you all with all my heart. This is Lisa Marie Goodson of the Blackberry Beauty Transformative Academy. Ancient African wisdom for the modern sister. Peace and blessings.